In recent time, I have been inundated with messages, mostly from women, about how their husbands abandoned them. Many of them will say after they had suffered with their husbands for years, they got married to them when they had nothing, but immediately they become rich, they abandon them and go for younger wives or go for other women. It is often pathetic when I, as a counselor, a therapist, and a mentor, hear such messages and claims. But I have come to know that there is no smoke without fire. Something must lead to something. Moreover, it is often difficult to hear the other side in cases like this. That is why we must be very careful when wives claim their husbands abandon them immediately they become wealthy. I have gone out and asked men who have two wives and are seen to have abandoned their first wives on what led to it. About 50 men from different cadres of life, class, education, religion, age, profession, and ethnic groups responded to me. And from these, I have brought about 12 very relevant responses, which I want to share with you today. This is my own way of balancing the cries and claims made by women that their men abandon them, men are ingrates, men are wicked. Before claiming that men are this, men are that, have you checked yourself to know what must have triggered this so-called wickedness in men? Are you sure you are not at fault? I found out that many men are not naturally wicked or created to treat women as if they don't matter. Something must have led to this. Why do men abandon their wives, especially those who claim to have suffered with them all their lives? I am going to read the responses of about 10 to 12 men who responded to this discussion. Response number 1. What is the cost of their support? Dr. Adewara, my wife said that she married me when I had only one pair of trousers or shoes and suffered with me. Please ask her if she helped me to change the clothes or bought me new clothes when I was going through my trials. Yes, she provided food, paid school fees, paid rent when I could not. But at what cost? If you hear all the abuses of my wife anytime we had issues, all the dehumanization, the see finish, if you can see how my wife have battered my heart with the words of her mouth when it was very tough for me, do you think men forget this? Response number 2. Do women know that men are most sensitive when they are financially down? Some wives have been caught in compromising situations by their husbands, but because he cannot challenge them, we often keep quiet and wait. When the goings were rough for me, I saw my wife hobnobbing with her former lover, not once, not twice, not even 5 times. When I challenged her, she told me that what is my own? Am I suspecting her? Should a poor man be suspecting his wife? That was her statement to me. I have not forgotten these things. Yes, a poor man has no right to suspect his wife, but a rich man can push her out for her past infidelity. Response number 3. Uncle Bola, the words in women's mouth when their husbands are poor are heavy. My wife had a way of measuring me with her hand. Those days, she would say you, giving me the up and down look. You call yourself a husband? Go out and see what men they do. I can't forget these words. Not this alone. Those days, I couldn't control her. She went out and came back anytime she liked. I couldn't touch her for sex. She had a way of killing my sexual urge with the words of her mouth. She would say, so, your penis still dey rise? Your penis want woman you cannot maintain? This your penis no get shame. Oh my God. My wife will serve me food without respect. I remember. Oh, women. My wife will serve me food without respect. I remember those days with pains in my heart. It is wrong for men to marry when they are poor. I have 3 wives now. Deborah cannot and should not expect me to treat her with any respect. Number 4 response. Women do to husband what they will not accept from the wives of their son. You need to see how my wife talked to me like her mate before I made money. I have had her speak to the wife of my second son to learn how to talk to Idris with respect. But meanwhile, was she talking to me, her husband, with respect? It was after God blessed me that I found out that women do not respect their husband. They only respect our money. Response number 5. My father told me to marry the second wife to put my first wife in check when her wahala was too much. If she tries to harm me, the second wife will be protecting me because her children are young. A man who marries one wife is not safe. That is why Islam permits us to have four. I will still marry one more because I can see that the two of them are becoming friends. Anytime I remember what I went through in the hands of Elijah, I wish I can revenge. Response number 6. I did not abandon my first wife. It was God who delivered me. Those days in Asaba, when I was still struggling, there was no controlling Patricia. She does whatever she liked, all because as the head teacher of her school, she had money and her father was a politician. You cannot control a woman who is richer than you. I was like her boy. She will make love only when she likes. So many times I heard her tell her children that if not for the fact that she needed children, there is nothing she wanted a husband for. After her father died, God changed my fortunes when Udua Gan became the governor of Delta State. Things changed for me. Now I have mouth. I married another wife and I got her a good apartment and a good car. My wife became jealous and would not permit me to touch her again. She began to paint me black to her children. If I called the children to come, she would stop them. If I sent food to the house, she would send it back. After she did that about 3 times, I stopped it. I am shocked she is the one now claiming that I abandoned her. She is jealous. I am in Abuja enjoying my wife and enjoying my life. I no get time. Oh. Number 7 response. The height of the insult my wife heaped on me was buying dildo and brought it home. I never saw her use it, but it is in her wardrobe and she will tell me that rather than have sex with me, she will use dildo. That is the dildo she will be using for the rest of her life. I don't care if she goes out for any other man. I have sworn before God never to sleep with her again. Was it a crime that I did not make it quickly? I kept telling her that I was a work in progress. My money will come. I went through Pepe in the marriage with Agnes. There was a weekend she left home for 2 weeks and I never knew where she went to. I don't need to be told she went with another man. Those are the men she will live with for the rest of her life. I remember that for over 6 months, Agnes did not cook for me. I was buying akara and yam from Mama Precious, which disgrace I did not suffer before I contested the election and won. Now she wants me to be canning her about. They play. Number 8 response. I did not abandon Foluke. She was the one who mishandled the situation. I had a fling outside that led to an unintended child. Foluke became so angry and began to deny me. The home became so inhabitable for me that I fear going home. Remember that the lady outside is not ready to have children for different men. She will do all she could to have second or third child for me. She was extra nice, giving me all joy, peace, and sex. Foluke was denying me at home. That was what led to the second child, though. With the second child, the second home or the second marriage don't land. Foluke and her children became so hostile to me. My baby mama was nice to me. How can Foluke say I abandoned her? Women should know how to handle situations like this, not to allow it to escalate. Response number 9. My brother is a politician. He contested the election and won and became the local government chairman. But his wife is not properly educated. She can't write and speak good English. Is that the woman who will be the first lady of the local government? All these things are considered to be a local government chairman. The wife of my brother's opponent is a medical doctor, and that counted for the man. We can't miss this opportunity in our family. We had to quickly arrange a graduate for him. His first wife became angry and began to shout all over the church that she married our brother when he had nothing. She was the one who trained him in the university with her father's money. Story. When my brother was going to the university, did he stop her from going? Why did she hold herself down because of another man? Women should learn how to progress as their husband too they progress. I don't know why she is complaining. After all, we are taking good care of her. She has her jeep, staying in a good estate, and she can travel as she likes. Only she is not the first lady of the local government because she is not properly educated. Response number 10. I caught my wife in adultery when I traveled out of the country for 2 years. She started dating one of our old student association member until my sister caught her. I don't see myself overlooking that until I got married to my new wife years ago. I have relative peace in my heart now. She should go to her man friend. Nobody can judge me on that because I don't have the capacity for such forgiveness. Response number 11. I married the second wife not because I want to abandon my first wife. I am the only child of my mother. It is a lonely period for me. I need to have a large family, and I told my wife that I want to have 7 to 10 children. My wife said she cannot give me. She is a full housewife, and I am picking the bills adequately. She said she can't have more than 3. I should not turn her to baby factory, and therefore I had to marry the second one. Did I sign any agreement with her that I will have only 3 children? The second wife now has 5 children for me. She is pretty and well educated. Moreover, I can't cope with any woman making timetable for sex for me. I am the husband. I married her, Nishuloka. Oh, that is when you marry the wife properly, the traditional way. I paid her bride price. What is she doing in my house if she cannot satisfy me anytime I want? Why is she complaining now? Response 12. Many of us with second wife did not plan it. Our first wife pushed us into it. I married the second wife because my first wife is boring in the bedroom, claiming she's an evangelist, a prayer warrior. She will say she can't do this with her mouth. She can't do that with her mouth. Where is it written in the Bible that she should not do anything with her mouth? There are women who can, and I went out. I married my second wife about 8 years ago. I am happy today. At 58, I am still sexually agile. Let evangelists be praying with her children. Oh. This is the part 1 of the broadcast. I believe many of you can read between the lines. In part 2, I will be analyzing all these responses and more reasons why men abandon their wives, maybe after they become wealthy. The part 2 is coming very shortly. This is Mentoring Masterclass. The Lord bless you.